Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 120 for about the first or the second week of April, April the 8th today. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
I'm joined on my right by Neil.
Hello.
And we are one pilch short again today. I have been assured that he will be back shortly. I think he said he's unable to make next week with work commitments, but perhaps we'll see him for that Easter. Oh, is next week Easter weekend?
Next
week
week
is
is
Easter week.
Good Friday.
Ooh, have you been good? Have we all been good? Are we all going to get Easter eggs?
I don't know about Easter eggs.
Are we doing a show as normal next week?
I'm off next week.
What?
Oh,
What are you doing that's more important than
Why?
this?
What have you possibly got to be? Are you going away?
I am, yeah.
Oh.
We're going for a long weekend in Buxton.
Oh, very nice.
Drinking plenty of water, I assume.
Well, that's it. I said we want to sort of visit a small spring that is probably like just got people standing outside it with small bottles, like filling them up.
Right.
I don't think it actually works like that, but yeah.
It's just like millions of people there with their bottles.
Well, that's good. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you will be sorely missed, and then we have, yeah. So I don't know, Neil. We'll have to have a chat about what
Well,
we
we'll
do
see.
next
I
week.
think Pilch maybe said he might be available next week, but I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, there we go. There we go,
No promises.
listeners.
No promises.
Listeners and viewers, a little glimpse behind the curtain of us organising the mountains of organisation that goes in.
Not like we have any other means of communicating. We actually do it live on the podcast.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just plow forward. Does anyone plow backwards? No one would plow backwards anyway, would they?
I don't know
So,
if that's
just,
really a thing. You'd have to ask a farmer, I suppose.
I mean, can you plow in a different direction, or is it just plowing? You're just
I don't
plowing.
think you can plow
aren't you?
sideways, really. I don't know.
Then really,
Forwards and
could
backwards,
you-
maybe.
I mean, I guess you drive forwards with the tractor or the horse, but
Horse. We're
I mean,
going back a few here. It's like medieval times or something.
Well, hey, well, I mean, is it? I don't know. Like, I got sent to Poland on business back in 2001, which is a long time ago now.
Basically
but
medieval times.
But I landed in Warsaw or whatever and got the taxi, which was to an hour away or whatever
was
it
it
was.
horse and cart?
There were horse and carts on the road. Like, it's
Wow.
so, we sometimes maybe forget, maybe there are people still using horses to.
Well,
Of course, there are still people using horses to plough.
Well,
Man,
yeah.
there are people using children to plough their
it's Grand
fields, for
National on
goodness sake.
Saturday. There's people using horses for that.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
see many
we-
tractors at the Grand National.
Well,
it's gone badly wrong anyway.
It's that first world luxury. We just use the horses for our own, for gambling, eh?
It's just the Chelsea tractors now. Just the
Yeah, we got too many of them fuckers. That's for sure.
Oh, right, yeah. So anyway, ploughing onwards.
We
Neil, footy.
Footy
What we got?
is. I was top scorer last week in a fantasy footy.
Were you?
I was.
I royally
not by a
fucked
long
it
way.
last week.
Not by a long way. Wasn't a particularly high scoring week. I got 57 last week, and that was the top score in the league. So there was quite a few in the 40s. So it wasn't a bad week for most people. And there was
For
a
me,
game
it was.
this evening.
I scored 37, and I left
You had Bowen on the bench,
at
didn't you?
least 20 something on the bench. Right?
Oh,
It was brutal. That one nearly buried me for the season. That was popped my balloon big time. I was like, fuck this.
That was you, like
Then
in third place, going, I fucking can't be bothered. I'm only like 20 points behind the leader, but I'm going to have a sulk after missing them.
Well, I was definitely Mardy. And then I realized it's only game week 32. 6 weeks, I can still do it. I'm not dead yet. All right, I pull myself up.
I'm still hopeful of catching the top. So,
Brilliant.
if I have a few more weeks like that, when I'm gaining like 10, 20 points a week.
What's the table look like right now?
So first place, we have Vince on 1,760 points. Second place, Christian on 1,753 points. Third place is Your Good Self on 1,729 points. Then there's a bit of a gap to Tim Kelly, like 1,659. Then my brother, it's definitely not playing. My son is on 1,657, and I'm on 1,653. Dan Fletcher on 1,611. My wife is on 1,547.
My wife.
My wife. John Mouse 1,301. Not sure they're going to be trouble in the top of the table now from now on. And Paul Davies on 1,218, and good old Scott Patton on 1,000 points.
I mean, it's sort of around this time that you have to start setting personal goals, right? Like, even if you're mid-table, you've got to be saying to yourself, well, like if you're Scott Patton down there, you got to be, well, he's really behind number 10.
Well,
like you've
what
got
the
to be
thing
saying,
is-
oh, I'm going to push 10th spot, but
From we've got 3 weeks of cup action, I think, for our small league. We've got, or maybe 4. So that after game week 34, I think it is, there's the draw for the cup, and then from week 35, we've got our own mini cup between our teams
Brilliant.
in our league. So no, there's something to get excited about for the last 3 weeks of the season for some people who've not been in it for a while, potentially. But there's no prizes or anything. It's just pride, I suppose. And
pride is good. No, I mean, well, like, there's still that when that cup is coming, somebody, even someone down in lowly Scott Patton's position down there at the bottom could play
new competition effectively.
Yeah, play your wild card and see what happens, right? Yeah, that's going to be good fun. I mean, I'm not as far off the top. Yeah, 30 points off the top. It's doable, isn't it? It's doable.
Easily.
Definitely.
Like I say,
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's like 9 weeks or whatever, 8 weeks left of the season, and if I count 10 points a week, I'll be in third. So,
Yeah, there's only like 7 weeks left. I think you're adding a couple of weeks on there. A bit of hope there, but
well, some teams have got 10 games left. Other teams have only got 7. So
right. Yeah, so that's all good. Yeah, it's been fun. I've really enjoyed it this season. It's been good that we've been able to keep an eye on it and have a good laugh with it. I ain't impressed with Vince though. I took my eye off the Vince, and he's shafted us, got up the top there, hasn't he?
yes. Yeah, well, Christian was a long time leader. I've gone for a massive I've gone for a massive gamble from now on, because
nice.
I've done the unthinkable this weekend. Can
you got rid of Salah, didn't you?
I did get rid of Salah. I was like, I'm gonna have to do something drastic.
Yeah, you have to though. That's the thing. Like, you have to try and do something that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
And if everyone's got the same player, that's not going to make a difference, right?
I had a look at their fixtures. I mean, they've got a particularly difficult fixture this weekend on paper. Man City versus Liverpool this weekend on Sunday. So they don't come much harder than that in the Premier League, no matter who you are. Man City at home, apart from Crystal Palace, obviously. They apparently could just beat Man City at will. So I've just looked at their remaining 8 fixtures and went, they've got quite a few big fixtures, potentially. They've got the local derby. They've got Everton, which, I mean, Everton have been absolutely shit for weeks. But it's the derby, so you never really fucking know what's going to happen, do you?
No.
I fully expect Liverpool to go and donk them about 6-0, but you never know. Then they've got Man United as well, and they've got Man City this weekend, so they've got a few toughies coming up. So we'll see how they get on. But yeah, booted out Salah and put in Harry Kane, because they've been in good form lately. So we'll see.
All right. Yeah, watch this
That's
space.
the gamble for the rest of the season, potentially.
Oh,
similar
exciting stuff. All right, well, so the football's good. Thank you for the update. Seal Twitch and YouTube. It's you again, isn't it? This is the intro second.
There's been a gap in my schedule this week because
hang on a second because it's not going to be you, because if I cast my mind back to last week, we should have a ton of Dave content to go through this week.
A ton of Dave content?
Weren't you starting streaming this week, or is it?
I did stream after.
We did stream literally immediately after the show.
Yeah,
at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's some PUBG stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna wait until I'm in my cabin, because I just don't get time.
I'm
when
just
I'm
pulling your
out and
leg,
about.
Dave. I'm just
Right.
pulling your leg. I know you're busy.
Oh.
Not really.
But don't worry, we're covered by Neil.
Yeah, Neil's
on Twitch.
not on Twitch. But your YouTube stuff, smashing that out.
Yeah, well, like I say, one day I didn't put a video out. Thursday morning there was no video, because I spent Wednesday evening looking for my fucking car keys, like the
Right.
whole evening.
Really?
Yeah.
Story time.
Well, do you want to get into that now?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
It's
Well,
more
it's
interesting
related
than
to what
you-
I was going to say about. We went to Stowe School on Wednesday.
Okay.
Don't know if you know where Dave's near Dave's neck of the woods, Stowe.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, a stone's throw from Silverstone track. But yeah, there's this fancy school there where you have to pay. I think it's £13,000 per term to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's for it's how the other half live, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Nice old building, and then there's like the modern school bit around the back or whatever. But the main reason we went there is because my son was over there. He went Monday, dropped him off Monday, and picked him up Wednesday. He'd been there with his Luton Centre of Excellence, and they played a load of football, did a load of fucking swimming and stuff. So he spent 2 nights away.
Is it half term or something?
It's Easter holidays started for us on Monday.
Okay.
So he went for 2 nights there, and then Wednesday we got to go and watch them play football. In the
Oh my
morning.
god! What do they think about all these oiks coming in? Are they
Well,
all right about it?
There's a security guard at the door, like with a barrier as you go in. So everyone, like, we turned up. He's like, "You here for the football?" Yeah. Can you tell? So yeah, they let us in. Everyone was nice. I don't really see much of the staff from the school, as it were. There was obviously no teachers there, but my son complained massively about the food because he had to have a vegan sausage one night for dinner. And it was like, there was carrots in my sausage. Was his comment.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
So he was pretty unimpressed with that, I've got to be honest. He had fish fingers, was the best meal he had, which was Monday. So, but he said, I only got 4 fish fingers, which is a bit of a bummer because he normally has about fucking 8. So he came back pretty hungry on Wednesday. But yeah, so we went to a pub in Buckingham for lunch on the way home. Come home, unpacked his bag and everything, all that, blah blah. My wife went out to netball with my daughter in the evening, and I was like looking on the stairs where I normally chuck my keys, and I was like, my keys ain't there. So I went upstairs, looked on the windowsill in the kitchen, which is another place I put my keys. No, they're not there either. Start opening all the fucking drawers everywhere, all around the fucking house, going, what did I do when I come in? It was in my coat. My wallet, which was in my coat, was on my desk near my computer. No keys.
Okay, so but these were the keys that you went out with, right?
No, so I drove my wife's car there, but I had my keys with me for my car.
Oh, so there was no guarantee the keys were with you here in the house.
Oh,
yeah, that's stressful, yeah.
Keys.
See, because if you know that you came back with the keys, you know they're in the house somewhere. There's no stress, right?
I suspected they were in the house somewhere, but
you hoped.
Yeah, so I was pretty sure they were here somewhere. But after like 2 hours of like, I wasn't constantly looking, but I was just like sitting there thinking, like, played a little bit on the computer, but while I'm in the back of my mind going, where are them fucking keys? Yeah, so I didn't find them till about 11 o'clock that night.
Did you?
And they were in my son's fucking sports bag. I was like, how the fuck did they get in there?
Did you do that sort of thing when you earlier on? You're like, well, I need to find them, but at the same time, they'll probably just turn up. And you do that sort of gamble.
Yeah.
You're like, shall I just wait and they naturally turn up, or you know?
Yeah, I was a bit like, I'm sure they're here somewhere. But at one point, I was just like, I should just phone the pub just in case. Right. So I phoned the pub, but it was like fucking 10 o'clock. No answer at the pub. So fuck it.
Why not?
My wife.
Why no answer at 10 o'clock?
I don't know. Maybe it's a pub. Maybe they had some customers. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
it was a Wednesday night though, so maybe they had quiz night on. Anyway, they turned up in my son's bag, which he'd been taken away. Like, I don't know how they got in this fucking bag, because I was like, I didn't fucking put them in there. Otherwise, I'd have remembered putting them in there. So I'm not quite sure how they ended up in that bag. But anyway, I suspect it was my wife, but I don't know.
You got to blame somebody, haven't you?
Yeah. Because I spoke to her, she said, I definitely saw them on the floor somewhere. I was like, right. It's like, that's helpful.
She tidied them then, didn't she?
That's the admission of guilt. That's enough for you.
That's what I just put something in between there that went, you moved them basically then, while I wasn't like.
I'm a bit of a. We have 2 cars and 2 key fobs for both the cars, and I absolutely I have a tray dedicated to that's where my wallet goes, and that's where the keys for the car go. You know, occasionally there's other things that find their way in, like a little bit of loose change or some sort of kids things or whatever. But generally, I always know, like, I go to if I need a car key in my wallet, that's where I go, and they're always there. It's taken me decades to be that organized, right?
Yeah.
But I can tell the amount of times like there's one key missing, and I'm like, "Where's the key, Grace? Where's the key?"
Why would a key? Key didn't definitely fall off the ceiling, did it? That's definitely been removed by a human being. So.
But the amount of times I've sort of automatically put the blame on my wife. I hope she's not listening to this.
Standing behind you.
Deep trouble.
Yeah,
but usually I find them in my pocket, you know. But yeah, stressful for key losing.
Yeah, I've never washed a set of keys or my wallet or a phone, but stuff. Yeah, like I think the worst thing to put in the wash is like tissue.
Yeah.
That quite often goes through the wash, and it's just
tend to remove them several days after.
Yeah,
oh, of course,
it's still in there. Yeah, fucking annoying. Yeah.
So side distracted by keys. Where were we? What were we talking about?
We were talking about YouTube and Twitch.
Oh, keys are much more interesting, aren't they?
Yeah.
Did we have any emails about adhesives? I was hoping that was going to gain some traction. So anything more?
I don't remember the adhesive contract. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. That was. Yeah, what the adhesives? Yeah, it was Dave putting down his tiles, wasn't it?
Yeah, still down. Yeah, I put them down. I gave it a really good hoover. I haven't put the Dyson over it yet though. But there
won't be anything left after that.
No cabin or anything. No, the old hoover's got sort of put over the carpet tiles, and they're still stuck down. So yeah, the next one is taking the Dyson out and see if they survive that, and then I know they're stuck.
Good. I want some good reports on that adhesive. The adhesive performance.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything to add on YouTube then? I was hoping to get a video up of. I'm on the last boss of Death's Door. We're all over the shop because we're talking about Dave's Cabin now, and we're talking about one of the games I've been playing. But the Lord of Doors. I'm on the end. I think he's the end. He's got to be the end. He's the Lord of Doors. But yeah, that I haven't recorded it because I feel like I need to put in a lot of tries on that before I get him done. I'm making progress, but so hopefully I'll get that one recorded and added in. And then I need to figure out how to. Don't these new Xboxes have some sort of fancy streaming clipping ability? I haven't looked into any of this at all.
You've always been able to do like gameplay recording. The thing with your S, isn't it? You've got you don't
slumming
have
it with the
that
S.
much space. Do you?
S for slum.
I don't know if you can plug in a hard drive to put like
I don't know.
Put your game captures on the hard an external because
you would have thought it had a direct upload to YouTube.
Well, you can stream obviously direct. You can log in on Twitch, and I assume YouTube and stream. You used to be able to do something with this because it goes to bloody OneDrive and stuff like that, doesn't it? Automatically, it's all like stored in the cloud. So there's ways and means of.
Yeah, I'll need to figure it out, see if there's anything there, because I'm going to be couch playing a lot more now.
So you'll be like a speck in the background.
Well, there'd
on the
be no
camera.
camera at all.
All right.
I don't even know what I'd use as a camera for
Well,
that.
you just use
I
your
guess
normal webcam.
just plug it into the Xbox.
Plug a webcam in, it works now, I think. That's what Pilch uses. He uses a normal webcam, but when he's Xbox.
Yeah, I guess he does. Yeah. All right. I'll figure it all out. Maybe. Okay. Discord. Anything happening with Discord?
It's been a bit quiet this week compared to normal. We had a newbie come in, say hello to somebody. Can't remember how they're called. Something. What was it? Glenville 86 joined this week. Thank you very much for joining.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I saw that come up, and I didn't go in and do that really lame wave thing. I think I was in. For people who don't know, if you go into Discord, when somebody joins our Discord server, we get notification that they've come in, and then you can press a button, and it does this cutesy little wave thing that you're welcoming them there. And if it catches me at the wrong point, I'm like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing it."
There's no cool version of the wave, is there?
No, there isn't. That's fine. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's move on to the emails then. And I don't think we have too
Just
many
emails.
here. In fact, is it
Just
just
emails.
emails? The only one
Yeah, I
from
think so.
Christian. Friend of the show and second place in the fantasy league, Christian Barclay. Sumu to his friends says, "Hi guys, fantastic podcast." Ooh, thanks, Christian. It's very kind of you. He says, "Watch Severance in capital letters on Apple Plus. Have a great weekend, Sumu. P.S. You're going down next Friday, Neil. Elden Ring is great."
It is.
So let's just break this down here. First of all, what's happening next Friday? What's that
Next
in reference
Friday,
to?
it's Good Friday, and it's Luton Town versus Nottingham Forest.
Okay, all
And it's
right, that's important.
Hugely important game as it stands
Oh,
at the
really?
moment. It might not be so much after tomorrow, maybe. Oh no, we're not playing till Monday. So Christian is obviously he's a Forest fan, and I'm a Luton fan. So related to my little earlier story, my son playing this centre of excellence for Luton. They do a ballot thing for tickets, and you enter the ballot, and eventually you might get pulled out for some tickets. Just so happens we've got tickets for the Forest game.
Oh, nice.
So we will actually be there to watch the Forest game and hopefully see Forest lose. But
Oh, okay, that's cool.
they seem to be in much better form than we are the last couple of games, so we'll see. We need to turn it around a bit big time. So we've got Lord is a Huddersfield fan, I believe. We've got Huddersfield on Monday night, and then we've got Forest on Friday. So yeah, two of our regulars.
How many
coming up.
tickets did you get? Did you get 4?
Just two.
Did they
Just two.
just 2? Okay, so you and the son?
Yeah, looks like
You and the boy?
you, me, and the boy going to Luton.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, hopefully we'll win. The last time we went to watch a match, we drew 2-2. I'll take a 2-2 draw, I think.
Well, at least you saw some goals.
Yeah, indeed. Unfortunately, their equaliser was like the last kick of the game, so it was quite annoying.
Yeah.
So, that was a while ago, though. That was Oxford United, so that was quite a long time ago. But yeah, we had to pay for those tickets. Well, to be fair, we've probably paid a lot more for these tickets, really, in the scheme of things.
Yeah, don't you? Yeah. You're owed them, right, in the back of your mind. Yeah, I hear you. He also, so at the start he says, "Watch Severance." Does anybody watch Severance? I don't know
No,
anything
but I've
about
heard
it.
a bit of buzz about it. I've binned off Apple a while ago, but yeah, there's a lot of people saying it's very good. I have no idea what it's about. Losing something, I think.
I guess. No. Okay. I guess that we'll put that on to the because I'm the same. I don't have Apple at the moment. I'll go back to it at some point when there's sort of a build up of things that I want to watch.
Yeah, I want to
Well-
watch. Is it Foundations? We spoke about before.
That's
I
what
want
I
to watch
watched.
No,
that.
no,
one
no,
now.
no. It's not Foundation. It's called Schmigadoon.
No. You don't want to watch that.
Did
Well,
you
I
guys
didn't
watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Well,
No,
you
to be
can't
fair.
say that.
Yeah, it's a
then.
musical, so I'm not going to watch it.
No,
Well, I don't watch
you-
hardly any TV. I'm not going to watch a fucking musical.
You should just try it.
No, I shouldn't.
Oh man, come on, we're doing
Just
you
a
a solid.
just a
Look at the games we're
smidgen of
talking about
Spigadoo.
today. Yeah, he's unflinching. He batters us with what play
Is it on Game
inscription.
Pass? Is it on Game Pass? No.
I'll sing the songs to you, so you
Oh,
learn to love
Christ,
them.
please no.
Okay, so Severance is something we're going to watch, and obviously he's playing Elden Ring, so that's good.
Yeah.
He did, and also just to give Christian a bit more airtime here, he does say I'm following on Twitch for a change. He says I leave a biro in my work shorts regularly, and I do the washing, so the amount of clothes my wife no longer owns is amazing. Shush, don't tell her. I like it. I like it. He says Foundation was fantastic too.
Yeah, it was good.
Was that the sci-fi one?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. Yeah. Everything
Is that
on
on
there has
Apple?
extremely high production values. It's like it's all like well made. It's whether you like it
Okay.
or not. It's a different matter.
Right. Foundation comes highly recommended though.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Christian. Much appreciated. Always good to have you around. Let's move on then to what we've been doing. Anybody want to go first?
Well,
Anybody
I'm
keen?
talking about TVs and shit, so I watched a film which I have not
Oh,
seen
yeah.
before,
Okay.
which many people have seen. It's quite rated quite highly. I thought it was pretty good. But we kind of sussed over what was going on. Prestige. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's one of my favourites. It's
Really?
yeah. Didn't you like it?
It was good. I'm not sure it's one of my favourites. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
Nowhere near bad or anything like that. But it was
Well-
entertaining. But it was a bit like, yeah, I think we kind of know what's going on here. So yeah, but it's
Is
decent.
that the one with Christian Bale?
Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, and David Bowie.
David Bowie, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bowie's in it, is he?
Bowie playing
Nikola Tesla. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I think I
Yeah, it
did
was
see it
pretty
many years ago, so
Yeah, it's not
I
new.
can't remember it.
But,
He's better as the Goblin King, I think. But
what really? I don't know. I think he was better in this. To be fair.
I don't know. He
I
wears
hated
very tight leather pants in.
What was that? Labyrinth, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Fucking load of old bollocks that was.
that's a classic.
No, it's not. Go and watch it again and tell me it's a classic.
Oh, it's because it's got music in it. That's why
Yes,
you don't
exactly.
like
Horrendous
Oh.
music usually as well.
it.
Even if it is Bowie. I'm going to keep changing the way I say his name.
Is that you? Is that
Is that it? Because we've already
That
done
was it for me,
Stowe.
really, because I
Given
talked about
Stowe.
Stowe already. So yeah,
No.
that was it.
Prestige? I watched something on Netflix this week. Another season of The Sinner came out, season 4. I did watch 2 and 3, and they weren't so good. But this season, 8 episodes, was probably the best out of the lot so far.
I have a question that if you're watching seasons where you go, this ain't that good, how do you get to season 4?
Because it's a complete. Well, each one follows a different mystery, and there's 2 and 3. We kind of guessed what was going on halfway through, and we kind of knew what the outcome was going to be. Well, not what the outcome was be, but who it was, the circumstances, things like that. This one, it's twisting and turning all over the place. And yeah, it's the ending is actually satisfying, and it ties it all together really well. Bill Pullman, who I always
The president
remember,
President of the
States.
United
President-
States.
well, I remember him as what's it called? The Star Wars parody.
Spaceballs.
Oh, that's
Spaceballs.
right. Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
lead in Spaceballs, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was he Han
I
Solo?
remember that, yeah.
He was Han Solo, or whatever
whatever
his
the-
name was,
Yeah.
in that one. But yeah, like that was. And then when I saw him in Will Smith
Independence
Day as the president, I was like, that's the same guy. And I always remember him as from Spaceballs. But yeah, no, he's old now, but he plays that character really well.
What is it exactly? I don't know.
What?
I don't even know anything about this show.
The Sinner.
Sinner.
It's a crime drama
So it's like
mystery.
cops and murderers.
It's mainly focusing on Bill, and he's a detective, and it's just
Right.
him, just following him, and like other police are involved, but it's the story about him and his detective work, and character growth, and the flaws of him as a person and the things that he's been through. It's really good. So there's that. Yeah, definitely. What if you haven't watched any of them, just watch season 4. If you like it, go back to 1 and then 2 and 3. The other thing I've been doing is the log cabin. I am basically there now.
Did you Sparky come then?
Sparky came on Tuesday as I kind of remind me what I've got to do. And he walked around for a bit and went, yeah, okay, yeah, I know what. And I bought a load of stuff. All that.
Did you bring some conduit with him?
No. Although I bought some lights, some LED batten lights, and I bought them, but I hadn't actually got them out of the box. And then like the Sparky came, and I said, let's have a look at the lights. So I got them out, and I was like, I'm not sure if I like them now. I was like, oh no. So I might have to go and get some different lights. But it was like, oh yeah, no, I know I said Friday, but this job that I'm on is running over. But I'll let you know tomorrow when I'll be in the week. I haven't heard a fucking word from him since. It's like,
Oh,
Sparky.
like, so because I've got to turn. Well, the main electric for the house has got to go off because he's got to upgrade the consumer unit in the house before it can put an extra line in to go to the garage. So, and I obviously work from home, so if I've got to arrange it so I'm either off or in the office or make alternative arrangements. So it's like, So I think I pissed him off buying all. He said last week, I was like, oh yeah, I'll get the stuff and he'll be alright. I think he saw the stuff and went, oh, he's gonna be alright. Fucking nightmare. So
especially when he says I don't like him, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I'm looking back and like, oh mate, do I have to get a new Sparky now? But no, I was gonna message him today, but I forgot. So I'll message him on Monday and say, when's it gonna be? Because hopefully I want it to be done before next week. As soon as the electric's done, it's gonna be a day, maybe a day and a half for one Sparky to do it. If he can bring another person, it'll be easy one day, and I'll be in next week. Although I'm not doing a podcast. But yeah, no, I'll definitely do a video. Once all my stuff's in.
Are you going to have you ordered your comically large scissors yet to do your ribbon cutting
and
ceremony?
sash and yeah. No, I'm gonna have some people around for some drinks and stuff. But no
big bottle of champagne, like going to smash it on the side.
It's just no, I'll just have a couple of people around for a few drinks, and if the weather's nice, because the weather's been pants recently, so
I hope it's not going to rain on Friday. But yeah.
Oh, because you're
yeah.
I suppose your ground's out.
I'm hoping it's not going to be fucking cold or miserable on Friday. Don't really do cold. It's been fucking freezing lately.
That's right. Just have a beer or two. No, you'll be right.
Yeah, exactly. Have a bowl of ready brick.
Yeah, get up and glow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is that you done then,
that's
Dave?
me done. Yeah, not much more really this week.
So, little log cabin update there. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good. The finish line is almost in sight.
Almost in sight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I've got a number of things on here. I'm going to race through as many as I can. The first one is diet, an update on my diet. I don't know what's happened. I've gone right off the rails over the last couple of weeks. I think it was my birthday started. My birthday kicked it all off, I think, where I just sort of went a little bit weird. in just eating what I wanted to. And I haven't been very good recently. I had fish and chips today. I think I posted the other day. I went and we had Chick-fil-A, which
that doesn't sound good. Chick-fil-A. Can't
it
believe
was
that's very
really
healthy.
good. Yeah, it's
Was
really
it though?
bad. Chick-fil-A. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with them, right? But they're run by fundamentalist Christians, basically. They're not open on a Sunday, and they definitely do not support, let's call them modern socialist causes. And I generally, it's one of those things. It's like buying from Amazon. I'm like, I don't really feel happy about this, but it's good service, and
It's really convenient.
And actually, we went there, and my wife said it's like she gave it the thumbs up in terms of chicken sandwich and their waffle fries. So I don't know what do you do, right? What do you do?
Go to
Well, we made a
KFC.
little. Yeah, well, I wouldn't. Oh God, no. And yeah, and so that was part of a little just us going out for the morning, and then I ended up going record shopping, which was something I've not done for a long time. So I just ran in and bought some records.
Vinyls.
Some vinyl, mate. Some
Ooh.
vinyl. Yeah, all really most
Any
of
white
it.
labels?
No white labels, mate. No, no techno or anything, because I'm not buying anything like that. I'm basically going
Bit
through
Simon
this
and
sort of weird,
Garfunkel.
not far off. I bought a Sniff in the Tears album. I bought an Ambrosia
I have
album.
no idea what the fuck that is.
Exactly. I'm
That
going
doesn't
through
sound
this.
like it's anywhere near Simon and Garfunkel, to be honest.
I'm
They're
going
definitely
basically. What's basically happened to me is I went back. I finally started digging back into my old vinyl, and then I got this massive nostalgia wave for back when I was a kid, like around about the late 70s, early 80s. And then I started hearing things where I was like, yeah, I really like that. And then started exploring other music around that time that I'd never bought or listened to, right? You know, when it was like when you were a kid, you had a record, right? And it was pretty much you listened to that, 1,000 times until you knew everything about it. And then you got another record and you listened to it. We weren't music aficionados when we were children, right? And so I'm sort of, in a way, trying to live as if I was still exploring what else was available at that time, right? So I'm
But
buying
now you've got money and
yeah, I mean it's not even the money, because the vinyl's not really expensive. Most of the records were like under $10 each, right?
but at the time it was.
Well,
And
at the
10
time
bucks
I
as
was
well,
only
yeah.
like 10. I was only 10 years old anyway, right? So we're in this. My first record I bought was like, I was like about 9 years old or something.
What was
9
your
or
first
10.
record? Do you remember?
I think my first album was. It was either. I think it might have been the Jay Giles Band, which you guys probably don't. Maybe they did Freeze Frame. You remember Freeze Frame? Freeze Frame. They'll freeze.
No.
It's all rock. I'm not interested in buying
Rock?
any of their stuff right now.
Didn't sound like rock.
I'm not really interested in it. The Police was another one. Ghost in the
All right.
Machine.
That's got
But
some.
anyway, yeah.
chops.
And I bought 3 Pete Townsend records because I suddenly realized that I like some of his solo stuff. So they're all from.
I don't think I've ever heard any of his solo stuff knowingly.
Yeah, you have. You did. Yeah.
Not
Let my
knowingly.
love open the door. Let
No.
my love open the door. You know that one.
No. Nope.
Everybody knows that one. So that's all late 70s, early 80s. Anyway, yeah. So I buying this stuff around then, and just enjoying basically living 40 years ago. It seems like the speakers on my stereo are from the late 60s, early 70s. The amps are from the 80s or the 90s, early 90s. My record player is definitely from the early 80s. So it's just this weird sort of time travel nostalgia. Basically
it's
trying
old.
to. It's weird, but it's like that's what I guess what it is, right? It's yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, so that's pretty cool for me. What else have I got on here? Oof Koof, the old COVID raging through my house again. My son's had it this week.
No.
Yeah. So he got it. We don't think, none of us tested positive. We haven't been feeling 100% though. but we certainly have not been as bad as he was. Like he was on Wednesday, he was coldy and coffee, he wasn't coughing, but he was like sniffly and sore throat. Wednesday, he was definitely at his worst, and it was one of those things. I said to him, like, it was about 8:00, 8:30. I was like, come on, dude, go have a bath and get to bed. And he just sort of shuffled himself upstairs, you know. Thursday,
Yeah.
Thursday, it was like 8:30 again. I was like, come on, dude, get yourself to bed. It was like, why? Why am I going to go to bed so early? So I knew he was getting better.
But he's better.
Yeah.
I've still got
but
a
it's, yeah,
fucking snotty nose. I don't think I feel like since I had COVID, I think I had a week where I felt okay, like normal, and other than that, I've had something, and that's like
yeah.
fucking weeks and weeks now.
My
Yeah.
smell still hasn't come back proper.
Really?
And mine was what, 2 months ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? So I don't know how it's working that, both of our kids can test positive and yet we're still testing negative, unless we've had it without realizing it, or unless my theory is that the kids are getting it and their immune system is just stomping on it before they get super contagious. I don't know.
Who knows? It's weird. It's
Who
always
knows?
been weird, isn't it? The whole thing has
Yeah.
been weird. The way it affects people differently and that. So
Yeah. Anyway, so we relaxed all our mask mandates, a couple of weeks ago, as I said, and lo and behold, can you guess what our case numbers are doing? Yeah, going
up.
through the roof.
Yep.
how many people live in
everyone's
the
getting
UK?
it. 65 million.
60
Yeah.
million.
Well, it says 21 million active cases or something. It said the other day. It's like,
Wow.
oh, like a third of the
Wow.
country's got fucking COVID, is it?
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I don't know. Anyway, and so that's COVID continues as normal. But in terms of watching stuff, my son and I have been watching Raised by Wolves, which
I've been tempted
I
to
heard.
watch this.
Yeah, I heard Cheapy
It's on
D's.
Sky.
I always go with Cheapy D's television recommendations.
Oh, you've watched the weird Japanese dating show then, or whatever?
No, but I would do probably. I probably have. I don't go with all his recommendations. He does. He likes some things a little bit too racy. I'm a little bit more conservative on that. Like, right, you're either watching porn or you're not. Like, let's not muck around, right? So yeah, Raised by Wolves. This is the sci-fi. It's got Ridley Scott behind it. He directed the first couple of episodes, and then
Okay.
and then his name is against it for whatever. I tried to find out, if it was based on a book or what. I don't think it's based on a book. I think just somebody had written a screenplay. The guy who wrote the screenplay or the story, has some other things that he's done. I didn't really look into that, and I didn't recognize his name. But yeah, it's really good. I'm really impressed with the production value.
This is an HBO job, is it?
Yeah, HBO. Yeah. But I guess it's not surprising that production is good. The fact that it's got Ridley Scott behind it.
So this is the
Halo?
second
Was he doing the Halo
season.
thing? Was he doing Halo before or something? Did he do that?
I don't know about that. But there is a second season for this. I've got a feeling it hasn't been picked up for a third.
Second season's on here now. Over here.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Second season's done, I think, here. But anyway, we're just doing the first season for now.
Right.
I'm really enjoying it. I really recommend it. I think, Dave, you'd really like it. You'd definitely like it. And Dave would definitely like it. Neil, I think you would find it interesting. Probably like it.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm not watching TV at all at the moment.
Yeah, you go through phases. I understand that. Yeah. But this one is just, I definitely recommend people check it out. It's got the story is pretty bonkers, and it takes a few episodes to wrap your head around it. But it's a clever story, and the main, I want to say protagonist, but I think I might even say antagonist, is this lady who's an android, and she's just fucking brilliant character. And the other android in it, the characters are so strong, really, really good. So I'm not going to spoil it. It's just that some of the stuff you're just like, ooh, wow, okay, that's cool. Yeah, definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, better get on
It's been a long time since I've been impressed by something like that. So I'm enjoying that. We'll continue. Should be through the first season by the end of next week, hopefully. Yeah, and that's about it, really. My son and I have been tucked downstairs watching Raised by Wolves, while my wife watches Queer Eye for the Straight Guy upstairs. She's
You're not
absolutely
into that, no?
cannot get. Uh, no, I mean it's not because it's anything to do with being, LGBTQ or anything like that. I just cannot stand reality television, that sort of
No.
stuff or whatever. She was watching one the other day about some guy who's a paranormal investigator or something
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
Do you know that one? Do you know the one I'm talking?
No, I don't watch it. I don't
Yeah,
watch any of that shit.
It's just it's one of those situations where that's fine. We're completely different, my wife. We're very similar in some aspects, but you always got to remember we're completely different in other aspects.
You've ever watched The Annie Way is Essex or anything like that? Don't know if
No,
you
but
have
we
it
never
over there.
really, we never got that over here.
No, I've never watched it anyway, and like people talk about it, and I'm like, you seriously watched that? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, yeah.
It's total trash TV, and like, I don't understand why you'd waste your life fucking watching that shit.
Yeah, see, they were watching another one as well. My wife and my daughter were watching another one. I can't even remember what it was called, but basically it's something like The Race or whatever, where it's 20 teams of 2 people and they have to go treasure hunting and find things and get back to a certain spot in a certain amount of time, and they're all racing to win
They're
the $1 million.
orienteering, basically.
They're all, yeah. Like the one part I watched, they were all trying to follow pirate maps or whatever and dig up the treasure boxes and then whatever. And like I can see why some people would enjoy it, but it just annoys me, right? And
Or
what
Challenge
annoys
Annika.
me, well, what annoys me the most about it is just this. Where do they find these people? Like they just I don't know. They just crack me up. I don't know. It's not my thing. It's just not my thing. But there you go.
Yeah, same.
But you know what? They're different strokes for different folks, as they say. And that's about it on what we've been doing.
It is.
It feels like we've gone through that pretty quick.
I don't know.
But maybe to people's delight, we can get on and start talking about some video games.
Yeah, we could.
Maybe we'll get on and talk about video games we never talked about before. Fat fucking chance, right?
Well, there is a couple, I reckon, that we haven't talked about before. At least 3.
Let's get Dave going first.
Oh, okay. I've been playing a little bit more of Inscription this week. I've only put in a couple of hours onto it, and I'm still progressing through Act 1.
Yeah, okay. I've played Inscription 2 as well, so maybe we can do this. Like, we can talk a little bit about it.
We've all played it.
We know you've played it for sure. I had a hankering you had, but let's just say to people right now, there's possibilities for maybe some Inscription spoilers right here.
We don't want to spoil it. You can talk about it without spoiling it.
Can you? Okay.
Well, I think I managed to, didn't I?
Well, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Like anyway, Dave, you go on. You talk about your Inscription.
I've played for it. I've died a couple of times, and done a few puzzles around the room to get some additional cards and items. So I don't think I'm very far. I think I need to die a few more times and get a couple of more cards, because apparently there's 3 main cards that you need from what the cards have been telling me to actually get through and finish. So I've done a few of the bosses. I've done the Prospector and the Fisherman. And then there's one more that I died on pretty quickly. So
see, I haven't. I would. Yeah, See, I would say that's a bit of a spoiler there, right? Because I didn't know there was someone after the fisherman.
Didn't you?
I'm just no, right?
Are you
So
stuck on a
that's
Fishman?
the.
Are you?
Oh, he's fucking doing my head in,
Yeah.
right?
What does he
Big
do?
time.
He nicks your cards, does he?
He nicks your cards, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
when
think
you-
the thing is with it, I took way too long learning to play the card game. Like
Right.
I took the card game for granted. I thought it was just like a means to get to the next thing,
Oh,
right? I
there's
thought
so
it was
much to
like
that card game.
Mm.
right, and that's right. And then a bit later on, because I think what happened is at the start, I was looking through the rule book that's at the side. You can that's there that you can pick up.
Yeah.
And there were so many pages on that rule book that I was like, well, this is a joke. This can't be real, right? This can't be right. But now I have died a lot. I have had that guy
Okay.
take my picture a lot to the point like I was almost raging yesterday. I was like, God, fuck, because I really, really was putting my head down like to beat the fisherman, right?
Yeah.
And I still couldn't do it. I was like, fuck. So
There's a
Yeah.
fair
What?
bit left to do. Let's put it that way.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. What I did, Fraser, is I had a skip turn, a load of gold teeth, an extra squirrel, and something else as well. And basically, I beat him in about 2 or 3 turns. Because yeah, I played it. I did him once, and he was kicked my ass, and I was like, okay. And I think I randomly rolled a really good card, sort of card options on my death. So I got like a 0 casting card
Cost.
that
Yeah, 0 cost.
0 cost, and then I put a signal on it that allowed it to be respawned if you kill it. So it's basically a free squirrel that you could keep putting down and killing to get blood to put more cards down.
Right.
And I think it was just like luck of the draw of when I died one time. I I just the cards I have built this perfect card that actually I could just play all the time. But I can't remember why I died on one part. I think I accidentally sacrificed it because I didn't know what I was doing
Right.
on the board.
I found it was quite tricky for me. Like when you look at, because you have like a Slay the Spire type route map. If anyone's played a card game, this is similar in format initially to this, where you have like a little route, so you can sort of see your path may branch off to 2 or 3 different ways. So you get a little bit of agency in where you go and what you do. But I always forgot what some of the symbols meant. Like whether I was like, I thought I'd going to do something, and I went and clicked on the thing, and it was like, oh shit, it's that other thing that I didn't actually want to do. But yeah, there's some things that I found really key to being able to progress in terms of which way you go and stuff like that.
See, I think that's like that is totally the mistake I made. Is that I, for some reason, totally thought this card game was fucking bullshit, and so I just was pretty much just going through the motions of getting through it. And it wasn't until about 2 days later I finally went, I'm not progressing, right? What am I doing wrong here? And then it was like, oh shit, I really need to start employing some proper tactics here. Understanding the importance of a squirrel in a bottle and things like that, or getting, what cards to get out quickly and keep out of harm's way. Like there's lots of cards that are super vulnerable in the first round, but if you can keep them alive for an extra round, then they become pretty powerful.
It's like the wolf cub or something, isn't it? That's
Like
a nice
wolf
cheap
cubs,
one.
and I think one of them's the elk or something like that. So
There's some still cards.
yeah,
I finished it and I still hadn't got really a clue how to best make use of some of the cards.
Right.
So many cards with
right.
different abilities, and when you start mishmashing things together and changing their abilities and giving them extra abilities and stuff, it's like, whoa, the fuck.
Yeah. So, sorry, Dave, I don't want to railroad. I know it's your area here, but I guess we'll talk about it. But I am no end of impressed with the way this game looks. Like the style or whatever of the whole thing is just bonkers, right? It's really, really well done. Like there is no point, like everything about the characters that you're battling, or when the masks go on, or just the look of that Stoat. He looks so pissed off. He cracks me up, right? This and yeah, it's just really, really well done.
It just won a BAFTA for game design.
Oh, did it?
Okay.
Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it.
Yeah, so I'll definitely keep playing it. I just
I
want to get
barely
off the
scratched the
first act,
surface,
if
really,
anything.
by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Unless you're being
but
coy about spoilers. So,
no, it's I want to do. At the very least, I want to get past. I want to finish this first act, and I think once I finish the first act, depends on if it draws me in again. But I can see why they've added an endless mode to this, because like knowing like just the amount that I've played, it seems like a game in itself. So yeah, that's good. Have you got anything more to say about Inscription, Fraser?
Not really. I mean, I'm in an iron of whether I was really going to talk about it, because I'm not. I feel like next week is going to be when I can really sort of talk. Once I've got past. Well, I thought it was once I get past the fucking fisherman, fucking guy, and that prospector as well. He pissed me off too.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the pelts. What the fuck's going on with the pelts?
so you want to collect more pelts, don't you? You get more pelts than you get. Trade them in for a better card, basically, or something.
So
yeah, but the thing is,
but that was one of the cards that was zero cost for me. When I died, it gave me the option of choosing the cost of that card, which is nothing.
Right.
So it's best to have a few of those in your deck, just to make sure if it does come up on your death card cost. And it's just a sacrificial lamb to if you're gonna get hit by a, I don't know, a 5 attack, for example, and you got nothing else to put in, just put in your pelt, and that will absorb the damage.
You're right. And it's those sort of mechanics which it took me way too long to figure out what was going on. I don't know why. Like, it's so fun. Yeah, it's so weird, because it's like, I've played Slay the Spire, I've played Hearthstone, I've played card battle games, right? And I can get my head around them. But I don't know why what was I doing? The first sort of like 4 hours of playing this game, where I just,
Maybe you have got COVID and you're just foggy.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. So anyway, I was raging a bit on it yesterday. I got to get back to it, but I am itching to get back to it. Like, I figure I'm not giving up. I'm going to beat this thing. At least I'm going to keep trying.
We've had a question in the chat. If you're all done.
Yeah, I saw that there were a couple of things in there. Do you want to what have we got there, Neil?
So, well, it's a Stinky Poo has asked: is Tunic on your radar as a game to play?
I've played a bit of that, and I will be going back to it.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to play it.
I've got to finish Death's Door first.
Yeah, but I've got to finish Elden Ring. Be about 6 months before I play it.
Yeah, there's two. I need to finish some games.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd. I played a bit, and I was like, I'm not sure I want to be playing this. Certainly at the same time as Elden Ring, and even straight after Elden Ring, because it's a bit. Not
well, it's space, isn't it? Bandwidth, innit? Bandwidth.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave. Inscription. Is that enough?
Yes. Got another game. Is it Crying? I can't get the name of this right. Crying Suns. Which was a free game on the Epic Store. It's. I've only played
the Dave game.
The Dave game. It's a Dave game. It's a space game. It's a tactical roguelike, I think. They bill it as. And it's kind of like a top-down where you take charge of a spaceship and some crew, and you basically follow a path through between systems, and you explore the systems, fighting enemies or coming across abandoned mine. And it's like you make choices whether you send like a crew to investigate some of these things, or you can start a dialogue between some of the fights, and either pay them off, or I think you can threaten them as well, which mean they might run off. I've tried doing that a few times, but they always battle me, even though I'm like 10 times stronger than them because I'm still quite early game. Yeah, it's quite an interesting game. Glad it's free. I probably wouldn't have picked it up if it wasn't.
When was
But
it free? What, like a while back or something?
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, it's like a couple of months ago maybe. I
Okay.
don't know. I just picked these games up. It's literally like just
Claim everything
had it.
and then go
Yeah,
back to it.
yeah.
Maybe.
And then I was looking through my my games the other week. I was like, oh, that's a smallish game I can sort of pick up and play. And then it's after work today I popped it on, and yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Do you play
Definitely,
FTL?
I did. Yes,
Is it
it's
anything
quite
similar to that? Sounds a bit similar-y.
similar-ish.
Slightly
It's
less busy mechanically, though.
yeah. You're not actually your
You're not
characters
literally
aren't running
fighting
around.
fires.
No, no, or like venting all the air in your ship on
Yeah.
accident. No, it's not. It's not that strategic. It's more tactical in that how you're like the fighting between ships, and the playing field between the ships is gridded out, and you can send fighters or drones or frigates, and there's a fighters beat drones and drones beat frigates and frigates beat fighters. There's that kind of mechanic, and yeah, you're upgrading and setting some of your crew on like the weapons to recharge sooner, or repairing the hull, or yeah, there's a few. I can see you got the video on there now. So yeah, there is quite a lot to unpack, and I'm sure there's more that I haven't. On the opening screen before you start a game, there is multiple different ships, battleships that you can have, and crew, and basically everything's locked off. I was like, look what you could have, but you've got to play it a shitload, and progress to various places, different missions to unlock certain things. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of play in this, like just restarting over, having different people, different battleships, different setups. So yeah, might play a little bit more of this, and that is it. That's all I've been doing this week for gaming.
Well, I managed to get some in anyway. That's all right. Okay. Shall I go next?
Have you got anything else?
I've got the standards, haven't I? Standards. PUBG continues to be something we play not every day. I cooled off a little bit on PUBG, I must admit. I was getting...
Did you have a little rage?
No, I didn't have a rage. I think I just wasn't in sync again. It's this problem with 3-man squads or squads. I think I'm reevaluating that. I think I'm trying to get to grips with the fact that if I play squads, I've got to, I don't know. Like the best game of squads I've had recently, I was playing with Matt, Claude, and Mark. And I hope Arnie's going to listen to this. I don't want him to take offense to this. But I think we're playing with Matt's on a mission right now. There are mortars in this game, right? So now when you play with Matt, I don't know if how much you played with Matt, right? But if you play with Matt on the big maps, all he wants to do is get a glider and muck around in a glider and get kills with the glider and stuff like that. And now on Tago, they have mortars, right? And he's got this bit between his teeth that he wants to get a mortar kill, right? Finding mortars is...
What you do is you put it under a roof and then you shoot the mortar and you kill someone. But it's
Yeah, it's yourself, right? Yeah, actually, I'm the only one who's got a mortar kill by your standards. But we did play a game where we got mortar, and I called out, the range on it, and we were pretty damn close, So he's got the bit between his teeth again. So he's on a mission to do all this stuff. When you play with someone like Arnie, usually it's quite aggressive, and we're in it to win it. And I like that when I play duos with Arnie. And I think as soon as we start to get to trios and squads, sometimes that gets lost a bit. And so it's really, again, it's a me problem.
There's this battle between someone wanting to play properly and someone wanting to just fuck around.
Yeah, but at the same time, and I don't want to diminish Matt's fucking around, actually, because his glider strategies actually probably get him to more top 10 finishes than any of us get normally. So the problem, I think about it in terms of percentages. There are lots of decisions to make when you play a game like PUBG, and if you weigh up everything as a percent, how much of this is a percentage is in my favor? This next move that I make, like e.g. staying in this house or pushing a new location or picking a fight or not picking a fight, or and I wrestle most of the time with, should we play conservative and do that, or should we play aggressive? And I think I like duos with Arnie because it's very easy just to play, to dictate the flow of the game. We're going back over old ground here. Basically, it's just a shit show when you play trios or squads, right? There's just everyone's being pulled in a different direction of their abilities or how they like to play the game or whatnot. But anyway, so I've talked about that before. But PUBG continues to. I'm sure there's some
question about PUBG.
There's some sort of psycho. Will I play PUBG on my Series S? No chance. No, because I would never play. I would like to try it actually, just to see how much it's improved over what it used to be. Because I did play it on the console a little bit, but I don't really have any desire to play a shooter like that with a gamepad. It's just
all right when everyone else is using a gamepad.
Well, everyone still would be. But at the same time, there's going to be people in there who've got 2,000 hours with a gamepad, and I'm going to be well behind the curve. But I might go check it out anyway. But yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of psychological study that can be done on PUBG and what it's doing to my head. It continues to be just almost a thorn in my side.
It's taking you away from all these other good games that you could be playing.
Well, like I say, I needed a break anyway, so I'm not jonesing to play it as much as I was, when we got back into it. I'm finding that I can very easily just walk away from it now. And so that's good. And I've been playing more Valorant actually. I'm really enjoying just going off and playing Valorant on my own. But that's normal. Guardians of the Galaxy, I played some more of that. Not a lot more, but I did play some more of that. Somebody mentioned New and Shiny last week. Was I a victim of New and Shiny playing that? It's possible. I mean, right now, if I was a betting man, I would bet now on Fraser losing interest in this game and never finishing it.
Definitely going to be uninstalled in the next week.
That being said, I can just flop on the sofa and play it. So I'm not saying never say never. Bets are open. Place your bets now. But there's a ton of stuff that I would like to be getting on with. Although actually saying that, I went through Game Pass and there wasn't a ton of stuff that I was like, oh, I really want to play that. It really wasn't.
Forza. Oh, that takes up. It's a hard drive gobbler, that is.
I might put Forza on there, but I don't really want to play Forza. I'm just, the thought of playing Forza, I'm like, I played a lot of Forza. I don't know.
You didn't play much of this one, did you?
Not of this one, but it's Forza. Like, it's Forza Horizon. I know what I'm going to get. I've heard you guys talk about it for hours on end. Don't look disapprovingly like that, Neil. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying, like, is that really what I want to play at the moment? And I think this is the problem with Game Pass. Is I'm sitting there looking at this list of 100 games on Game Pass, and I can't see the wood for the trees. It's like Like I'm lining up Tunic to play, but why am I really lining up Tunic? Is that a game I really want to play? I just played Death's Door. Like, is it new and
Yeah,
shiny,
that's the
right?
problem. No, but Tunic is. People are talking about that like game of the year. So already. So
Yeah, but it is new and shiny. I mean, it's only been out a week or two, and like
it's
it's
not
got a
going
lot
away
of.
just yet.
I don't think it is, but anyway, my point is like, is it really what I want to play? I'd like to maybe just keep. Am I really enjoying Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know. Am I just lost in life? Probably. Who knows? Halo's on there. I've downloaded Halo. I have no interest in playing that at all.
You should
I
jump into
think
multiplayer.
I don't want to play. I don't need a multiplayer experience though. That's what I just don't need that in my life right now. I have
Season 2's coming
hardcore.
soon.
You're not tempting me.
May the 5th,
I
something.
I wish Halo was a traditional Halo on Rails experience. The thought of it
Did you
being
finish
open
it?
world. No, I didn't finish it.
It gets hard.
Yeah, it did get hard actually towards the end, but as well, I was having a bit of trouble with it chugging on my PC. I don't really want to drop the difficulty down. Anyway, and I don't even know if I want to play it with a controller. God, I'm such a moany old whiny bastard, aren't I? I ain't happy. I don't know what I want.
I can't even tell you what's on Game Pass.
Do you know what I
Like
really
say,
want?
I'm
I
just
want
playing one game.
Inscription on my console. That's what I'd really
Well, that's
like.
not happening, is it? It wouldn't play
No.
very well. It doesn't. It wouldn't feel the same.
Probably
feel
not. There
weird.
is quite. Oh, okay, right, yeah.
I'm sure it's
So
doable, but I think if you can even play it with a controller on the PC, but it wouldn't feel quite the same. I don't think.
maybe not. Now I think about it. Yeah,
It's definitely a
I'm
mouse
getting.
game, isn't it? Really, not even a keyboard.
Yeah.
Really, just mostly mouse.
Yeah, I'm playing through it really fast now with the mouse, like click, 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 click.
Mm.
So, and then Death's Door, I still have to finish that. Like I was saying earlier, I'm on the Lord of Doors at the end. I think he's got. I read up. I didn't cheat. I didn't look through a walkthrough on it, but what I did look up was just how to get to him as quick as fucking possible. Like once I finished the Grey Crow, I was like, okay, get me to the next boss. I don't want to have to wander around for an hour trying to figure out where I have to go next. So I looked up and it said, yeah, you got to fight the Lord of Doors or whatever. And I saw that it said it's got like about 9 stages to the battle. So I was like, okay, I better not start recording it yet then. Yeah, he's kicking my ass. I'm getting a good way through. I think I'm like to the 7th or 8th spot, but he keeps kicking my ass and I haven't finished him. I know I can do it. Again, it's the same as the other ones. I know I can do it. I just got to just chip away and just have a couple of goes a day at it and I'll get there. But it's filling me with dread as well. Like, because I know I'm going to get past this bit that he keeps stomping me on. And then he's going to get even harder. And it's just like, oh, come. I sort of know that's coming. And it's, I don't know.
You
I
were
don't know.
so close. You got to finish it now. You can't fucking not finish it.
Oh, I know. And the worst thing, and the fact that I know I can't like wimp out, right? I can't like, oh, I know. He's gonna get a little bit hard. Maybe I'll just like pretend. I practically finished it, right? Did you ever used to do that? Practically finish games. You get to like the final boss, and he's so fucking brutal. You just go, fuck, I'm at the end anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's basically done.
Yeah, of course it is. I'll get him done. He's cool. I like him. I love the bosses in it. They're all great. The game is so cool.
I think I definitely like you saying that. Definitely reminded me of one of the Final Fantasies where I got to the very end boss, literally the last boss, and but he was one hitting me, and I was like, I need to grind for about 15 hours to level up, and I was like,
that's not fun.
We're
done
done
that.
here.
Yeah. That's
I've
when,
essentially finished this game.
yeah.
Like I know there's
I
nothing
can watch
left
the
for me
end
to.
on YouTube.
Yeah, there's nothing left for me to figure out. This is all just work, like
Yeah.
pure work, right? Yeah, I get
Definitely.
it. Yeah. So anyway, that's me. I've got quite a few games on the rotation right now, which is nice. But I'd like to get some wins, some finishes.
Yeah.
We never killed
Well.
that chicken in PUBG either.
No.
Gone now.
It's got to be. I think it finishes today. Yeah.
Oh, I only played that one game and I was drunk, so don't really remember.
I like that. I did think that was very good.
It's
Yeah.
neat, wasn't
Silly
it?
modes.
Yeah, silly modes.
It's a better mode
It
than
felt
some of
like
the
we were
modes
doing
they've
okay, and then
had.
all of a sudden we were dead. I was like, oh,
That's PUBG for you.
yep.
Yeah.
All right, Neil.
Okay,
What you
you
got?
all done?
Yes.
Well, I've got 3 games I'm going to talk about. First one's pretty old, but it just came to the Epic Game Store, and it was free from Thursday, and it's still free until next Thursday at 4 p.m. GMT, or no, British Summer Time. Sorry, Marine. And that is Rogue Legacy. So I played this a lot on my PlayStation. I think it's 7 years it's been out, something like that, maybe even more.
Yeah, wasn't it a PS3? It was a PS3 game, wasn't it?
Was it 3 or 4? I think I played it on the 4. So yeah, it's a Rogue
maybe a 4.
light, like, I guess. You are well, what's the story? You've got to basically go through a dungeon and get to the end of it, but it's quite fucking long, isn't it? Well, it is from my experience. I've never got anywhere near the fucking end of it. But you are basically a knight.
I played a little bit of this. I gave it a really good crack, actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I did. I've played it shitloads, but and as you go for a run basically until you're dead, or you finish the game. And with every run you do, you come out with some gold, hopefully, and then you might be able to spend it on. Well, you are allowed to spend it on various upgrades, whether that be your health pool, your power, new weapons, new armor, assuming you found the stuff that you need to unlock these things. So it's 2D, spritey looking. Like, I don't know, it's more than 16-bit, and it's like what 32-bit looking, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
SNES, bit beyond a SNES. But yeah, it's like a modern take on the sort of 2D thing. But it's a really fucking good game, but it's really fucking hard. So
yeah, what's the deal with, because it's legacy, isn't it? Right. So it's
so every time you die, the next time you go through, you are your next of kin. Basically, you go through as your son/daughter, and each time you've got random traits. So, which can affect
hereditary traits, right?
Yeah. So, no, not hereditary. I wouldn't say they were hereditary because they're all different all the time, potentially. So they're not really hereditary. So, like one generation might be that everything's black and white. There's no color.
Oh yeah. Right.
There's all random shit, and there's like one where you basically, what does it say? I think it's called flatulence or something. So not every randomly every now and again you're just farting, like when you jump and stuff like that. There's loads of stupid stuff in there. And then there's other useful things, maybe like when you get hit, you don't get get knocked back.
Stagger.
Yeah, so you can stand there and like hit things without getting. And if you do get hit, you don't get thrown backwards. Or there might be the opposite of that, where you might be really thin and skinny, and if you get hit, you go fucking flying. There's fucking loads of variations of all these weird things that can make it. Each run's completely different, basically. And on top of all that, each run is literally different because the dungeon you go through is completely fucking different every time. Unless you've got the architect unlocked and you can freeze the dungeon for a cost, which maybe you've got to a boss that you might want to try and do again. Is possibly the only time you'd want to do that, as far as I can tell. But yeah, it's very cool, but it's very fucking hard. Won't ever finish it. I don't know how much longer I'll play it for. It does look a bit old, and Rogue Legacy 2 has been in early access for a while. I think I did read that it's come out of early access or will be soon. Right. And I'm interested because I know the first one was good, but like I say, I never fucking finished it. But that was before I'd ever played Dark Souls, so who knows? Yeah, Rogue Legacy 2 full version is available at the end of April. Baron von Glauer says. So, thank
Okay.
you for that. Yeah, so that's definitely one I'll be looking at. I think maybe when it comes free to Epic in about 7 years. But yeah, if you've got a PC and you ain't played it, and you don't mind signing up for an Epic account, then yeah, I recommend you check that out. Of the freebies, there's 2 freebies this week. What was the other one? Some of Brass. Is that
The
this week or was that
Vanishing
last
of
week?
Ethan Carter.
Oh yeah, I played that.
That's a walk
Yeah,
simulator, is
walking
it?
simulator. Yeah, it was okay.
I think it was well received. I think
Yeah.
people like Stu Fowler thought it was the coming of Christ.
Shit.
Yeah, but for those of us planted in the
not
real
really a
gaming
game.
world,
It was okay, but yeah, it was not just literally was just walking around basically, as far as I recall. I don't even know if I finished it, to be honest.
fucking boring.
Unless you like walking, I like walking, but not in games.
Yeah, because
so
boring. Because see, boring games are terrible, and what we really need are games that are just the equivalent of beating the shit out of yourself with birch branches and stuff, and setting yourself on fire, cock and ball torture. I don't know why we
I
do
know
it
about
to
cock and ball
ourselves.
torture.
Maybe I should get that. I should get Vanishing of. I think I'm sure I own it, but maybe for my
Well, you
old
might as well
age,
pick it up
right?
for free on fucking Epic, eh?
Honestly, I can't be bothered to
If
go
when
through the
you're
click-throughs.
struggling to get to sleep one night, stick that on. You'll be asleep within seconds. I didn't buy. Sorry, I bought the bundle for the racing games.
Yes.
And I played Automobilista last week.
Yes.
This week I played Automobilista 2. And it's a big step up visually. And it's pretty cool. I don't think I downloaded him. I can't remember what car I drove, to be honest. I did the same track. Montreal. But yeah, that looked a lot better in 2 than it did on 1.
Have you dug out your racing chair yet? Come on. Man.
Well, no, it's not dug out. It's in the back room, but I haven't got a PC in my back room. I do want to, but I've got a bad thumb, so I can't fucking do it at the minute because it really hurts.
Why? What have you done to your thumb?
I don't fucking know, but it really fucking hurts.
Sticking up your arse.
No, it's my ligaments. That would be my arse that would hurt if I'd have done that. I've got a massive thumb. Anyway, yeah, back to Automobilista 2. It's very good, and it's a bit different from a lot of them. Like with the stuff you can do, like a lot of the cars that you don't tend to have in other games, and a lot of the tracks, particularly like there's a lot more tracks now in 2 than there was versus 1. Some pretty renowned ones, and a lot of ones you've never fucking heard of because they're in Brazil. Did have
it's got a VR mode.
Yeah, it has, and that's what we're watching on the stream because it looks fucking cool. But yeah, very good. I did play some R Factor 2 as well because they got the keys in stock for that. Where that looks fucking old. It is quite old, and it looked after playing 2 Automobilista and then Automobilista 2 and then going back to R Factor 2. That looked fucking ancient, but I did feel pretty good, even though I was on a controller. So it did feel nice, and it was probably the easiest one of the 3 that I played recently to control the car. But yeah, all very good games. I'll probably play a bit more of Automobilista 2 though.
You are using a wheel though, right, at your desk?
No. I've literally been using a controller.
Oh, okay.
Like I say, I can't handle the wheel at the minute because my thumb's fucking bad.
Plus, I thought it was because that's why you couldn't set up your gaming chair.
No, literally, it would fucking hurt to my thumb because of like the steering wheel. Because like it's not like driving a real car, where it's quite sedate driving a real car. Whereas when you're fucking racing, it's like it's moving quite a lot, and it's got force feedback and all that, and I know my thumb will just be fucking killing. So won't be doing that for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll be getting onto that at some point, I guess. And then I've been playing the Elden Ring for another 40 hours in the last 2 weeks in 40 hours, I think it says. So about 20 hours this week. It's gone down a little bit, mainly because I was looking for keys one night. But I've done 152 hours, I think, now on this run.
I like the way you keep saying this run, not in this game.
Yeah, this run. Like, I'm probably going to play it again, I guess, but in a different way. I could just go and respec my character, because that is a thing you can do, but then I wouldn't be able to go from the beginning and learn all of the spells and shit. So, I don't really know how much longer it's going to take. I could probably fairly quickly just rush to the end of the game if I looked it up. I don't really want to. I'm just fucking taking my time. There's loads of quests that I think I've finished one main like NPC quest out of however many there are in the game. I've probably missed a couple because I didn't do things in the right order. So there's always things to go back and do again, potentially, like looking at a guide, making sure you don't miss stuff. But I was fucking not enjoying it this evening, I've got to be honest.
Honeymoon's over.
No, I don't know about honeymoon's over, but I'm just in an area. There's a quest. There's a guy that turns up at this round table hold. He's called the Dung Eater, and he keeps going on
what
about
eater?
How the Dung Eater.
Oh, nice.
And so he's got his own little quest, and he keeps going on about how he's going to defile my corpse. I'm like, okay, that's a bit gross. He's proper creepy.
Okay.
But so you have to go. There's a place like the capital city called Lanedale, and you have to find this well to go down to go into the sewers to find this guy. And so I found the well. It took me a while to find the place where I need to go because I'm not looking up any guides. Trying not to anyway. So I found the well, went down there, trotted around a bit. Every enemy's a twat down there, it feels like. Absolute twat. There's a load of little imp things which are pretty easy to deal with. There's these giant fucking lobster things crawling around, which are bastards. So I managed to pick them off with my bow and arrow from a distance in the end, cleared them out of the way, got down to the ground level without them fucking around. Then go off down some little mini dungeon, and there's these big, I don't even know what they are, they're just big dudes with big swords or axes, depending on which variant they are. And they're just fucking twats. They keep killing me. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I still haven't found this Dung Eater dude in the sewers.
Oh, you've got to find him. Okay.
Yeah. I still haven't found him. I went trekking out like fucking all these different, like I say, all the way around this dungeon. Got to what looks like the end of the dungeon, but where there's normally like a boss gate, but there was no boss. It was just these two twats that kept killing me. I was like, the first time I got killed, I lost 70,000 runes. I was like, oh man, that's annoying. Because I needed like 80,000 to level up. And I was like, I'll just run back and get them. Fucking died really quickly trying to do that. It's like, bastards. So yeah.
So if you
put me in a bad mood then.
If you drop your runes and lose 70,000 and then you die on your way to getting them, is that it? You can't get those. They're gone. Yeah. Okay.
But like on the way, around again, I got to like 20 odd thousand. So, it won't take me long to get them back. I'm at level 100 odd anyway. It's all right.
Yeah, but it's not a step forward.
It's just fucking annoying.
Yeah.
When I was like, shall I just go and cash in a couple of the runes that I've got on me and level up before I go down there? I was like, nah, I'll be fine. Fucking lost them, didn't I? So I was like, oh well. But excuse me while I take a drink. fucking just so hard, this area. Like, I don't know how.
Oh,
Why I'm
Jay's in
finding
the
these
chat.
ones so hard. Yeah, like
He
I can
says,
the bosses. I don't mind.
yeah, he says you can run past them all without getting hit by them. That's what I did.
Yeah,
Was
Well, I
that
did-
no hit? No hit run.
yeah. But then I'm like, there's the room at the end, and I have to beat them in the room at the end. There's 2 guys in the room at the end, and I don't even know, like I say, where this guy is. So, but there's these 2 dudes in there, and I'm like, I want to kill these dudes to see if there's fucking something happens. But yeah, I died. That was the last thing I did this evening. But before that, and before this evening, the game continues to be amazing. I have the key, Jay, by the way. Yeah, I haven't found the cell. I've done loads of more mini bosses and killed a few dragons.
Like you do.
Like you do, yeah, pretty cat. Yeah, fucking take a few dragons on, not a problem. These fucking twats down this dungeon. Oh. It's just like
He's
3
got
hits
inside
and
your
you're
head.
dead. It's like,
That's
oh,
the thing.
you
He's got
bastard.
inside your head too, Neil. Dragons don't do that. Dragons don't
Yeah.
care. What you
Dragons
see is what
just
you get
breathe.
with the dragon.
Well, they're frost dragons. They were, so they were breathing like ice, basically, or something. Oh, it's fucking. All the big enemies are awesome and just impressive, and I mean, I don't know what more can I say about it. Really,
I don't know.
it's just.
I'm sure you'll have some more next
I'm
week.
going to have to find something else to say about it by next week, because that's all I'm going to be playing for the next week. But I'll have beaten a load more bosses. There was some. What was the fight I did? The dragon boss was pretty cool. I can't think what else I've done this week. Just fucking loads. There's so many bosses in this game. Like, not all of them proper, like, essentials. And some of them are repeats. Oh, I did kill that Element of the Briar dude who was like, there's a. Because you know, like the thing, you can get NPC invasions. Like, they're sort of. There's real life, like, PvP invasions, and there's like NPC invasions in the game. It looks like someone's invading your game, but it's actually just an AI.
Right.
So I've done a few. There was a place in one of the areas where there's 3. They're like signs on the ground that you can summon these enemies to kill, and there's 3 to do like a little mini part of this quest thing and get something. So I did them this evening as well. But first few times I did that, I did die quite a lot. But then it's just, well, you know, that whole thing about Death's Door. It's just like being a bit patient and thinking of taking that little bit more care about what you're doing, rather than just going, yeah, fucking go in there and like try and hit and everything, and just getting twatted by something, and then like going, oh shit.
There's no way natural skill, like you can't any of these games. That's what's great about it. It doesn't matter how much natural, if you have good gaming skill, yeah, you're off to a bit of a good start. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they're gonna twat you, and you've got to learn the game, right? You've got that's it's all a learning process, and you can't get away from that.
But yeah, so they were. That was fun to get past them 3 invaders, and I'm doing some quest for these weirdos at the Volcano Manor, where they're doing like, you go and invade other people's worlds, but they're not real. It's not like another person. It's not like you become the NPC invader in another like you invade an NPC's world, and yeah. So I've done a few of them. Got one more of them quest to do, and I think that unlocks the next boss basically once I've done that. But yeah, there's fucking just so much to do. Like, these people who've managed to finish the game in 20 minutes, I'm like, what? You must have missed like 99.9% of this fucking game.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, still absolutely loving it, apart from when I'm fucking getting my ass kicked over and over again by twats. But I beat the big twat that pissed me off the other week. The first time I ran into one, it was a couple of weeks ago. Probably I went to this area and jumped up a big hill on my horse and got absolutely twatted by it. This bull-looking thing. So I went and beat him this week. That felt pretty good to finally beat him. There's a video of that. It's quite a long video though because it took quite a few goes. But yeah, that was fun to get past him in the end. But like I say, it's just I want to Praetor Rykard is my next big boss to do, and apparently he's a right arsehole. So yeah,
Right.
but more to
All
do.
right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, that's Elden Ring again, and that's okay.
Well,
that
I
is
don't know
it.
how I'm going to play something else. Like that's the thing. I'm going to like anything I play after this. I'm going to be like, this is a bit fucking boring, isn't it?
Oh, I
That's the
don't know.
problem I've got.
Yeah, it depends. Well, there's always another game. There's always another game.
Hitman 3, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Something
Really?
a bit different.
Is that your thing, sort of thing? Is it?
I don't know, really. It's a bit different, isn't it? There needs to be something. I can't have anything too similar, otherwise I'm just going to be like.
A lot of people
"This is
love the
much weird."
Hitman games.
Yeah.
It's never. It's just been never. It's never. I've never got the Hitman bug.
It's always been the worst thing about games is sneaking about and doing the stealth missions. And it's like a whole game around that.
Yeah, but it's not though, is it?
That's
Really?
it's like, well, that's why I like the what's it called? The Nazi shooting zombie
Stein.
Wolfenstein.
Oh,
not
Zombie Army.
Wolfenstein. Zombie Army.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because there's no
It's-
sneaking around.
there's no single match. It's just all shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to have a go at Hitman. But, like I say, I just need to find the time to give it its due, really. Because like, I've got Hitman 1, which I can play in the Hitman 3 engine now. Don't
Yeah.
think I've got Hitman 2. Well, I have technically got them all, haven't you? Because they're in Game Pass. But I want to try and get to them before they leave Game Pass.
So it's Sniper Elite. That's the one I was thinking of actually, not Zombie Army.
Yeah, I kind of didn't like Sniper Elite.
No.
No, because that was like real. It had to be super sneaky and everything. It was just fucking took ages to do nothing.
See,
So-
I thought I found that more engaging because I have played Hitman 1. I found it more engaging than that, but you stood around in it.
Well,
I'm
Hitman
still
all just goes
watching,
to shit, doesn't it? You just like being all sneaky and clever, and then oh fuck, someone spotted me, so now I'm going to have to
Oh,
murder
yeah.
everybody.
You got to murder people and try and hide in a cupboard, right?
Yeah.
I'm still keeping a candle in the window for Back for Blood. I know they've got some
I want to have another
DLC.
go at that. That's like
Yeah, they,
a sort of a big change of mood game, which would be good, I think.
yeah. Maybe when Pilch comes back online, we can get back into Back for Blood. I know they've got some DLC coming out, which I'm sorely tempted to throw money at.
I think you have to get this now. It's not going to be in Game Pass, I assume.
No.
That DLC.
They're never gonna. No, there's no way you're gonna get the DLC through Game Pass. I mean, but I, at the same time, I would be very willing to throw money at the DLC because I've had, such a great time with the game so far.
Do you think Back for Blood's ever going to leave Game Pass?
I was thinking about this because I was like, if enough people buy the DLC, like it might as well be almost a free game. Like if they can get to
Yeah.
a point where a real revenue generator is DLC or something else in the game, like has it been as successful as they would have liked? Probably not. Is it a good game? Yes. Does it deserve to be more successful than it is? I think so. So how do they monetize that? And DLC is one way, but monetizing through DLC, that's probably quite expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe risky and expensive, but I'll tell you what, the thing that got me is I'm still watching those Swing Point videos. And I watched one last night where he was looking at like 6 cards they've announced, and I think I'm buying into his enthusiasm. I hope they're paying him well because his enthusiasm for that game drives me. That's, I like watched the way he broke down what the possibility for these cards that are coming. He's like, this is why you need to know this card here. This card is going to break the game. And then, and you're like, holy shit, I would never see what he's seeing. He just knows, right? The game inside and out. Be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Once he explains it to you, you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind getting my hand on that. That's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going
Right.
to take 20 hours of grinding.
Yeah. So there was one of the things. Oh, there's a weaponsmith card coming, so you can pull attachments off your weapons, because you
Okay.
can't pull attachments off your weapons until you physically are changing to another one. So
you could switch between, like, take attachments off one weapon and put them on a different weapon.
yeah. So
Is that
say
what it's like?
you find, say you're running a standard weapon, like let's call it a gray weapon, right? The base weapon. And then over the next sort of however many levels, you suddenly attach a load of epic or legendary gear to it. Then if you were to find an upgraded version of that weapon, you can't, you can pick up that weapon, but you can't put the attachments on it, but if you with the weaponsmith card, you could pull those attachments off and put them on your new
So then your
version of
gun
that
would actually
weapon.
get better. The gun you
your
pick
gun
up
would-
is actually better.
Yeah, you would definitely see an improvement. So yeah, so that looks interesting. I think there's a lot more attention to be paid to Back 4 Blood in the future. And there's some new characters too and stuff. So
All right,
yeah,
that's interesting. Would you have to
I
pay
think
for the
so.
new? They must give the characters away though, surely.
No, they're part of the DLC, I think.
Ooh.
When your thumb gets better, you can use it to open that wallet of yours.
Well, no, that's not happening. My left thumb's only used for spacebar normally on my keyboard, so it's not too bad.
Right.
And I can use a controller. Like my left thumb's fine for that, but if I try and put any pressure on it, fuck me, it hurts. So I don't know what I've done to it. Ligaments or something. Probably
That's
is
no
like Snoogan says, yeah, thumbs dropping off playing so much Elden Ring. It's probably something to do with that, maybe, but I don't know. I reckon it's when I was doing something at work. Actually, I'm blaming work. So
is that a is it claim? Is it what's the title of basically trying to get money from work?
compo. I ain't
Compo,
getting any
yeah.
compo. I've just got my fucking pay rise. Call that a pay rise?
Pay rise must be nice.
Well, no,
Eh?
it's not really.
Yeah, well, I'm getting told mine in a week or two.
Brilliant.
So the thing is, if we're not getting at least inflation, you're getting a
Cut, effectively.
Yeah,
We're
you're
in
getting
a
pay cut.
recession. Yeah, we are in a recession.
Yeah, we are getting a pay cut effectively.
Yep. Welcome to the recession. Look at the smiles. You ain't getting fuck all, Dave. You haven't been working hard enough for the man.
Maybe I should, if I become a non-dom, I might be able to move my tax offshore or something, and then not actually pay any. Not sure I earn enough, but yeah, doing that. Save myself 20p.
After pay.
If you become a contractor and claim,
set myself up as a PLC.
Yeah.
Contract myself, get paid as a contractor rather than an employee.
I don't think you could be a PLC without a certain number of employees, could you?
So,
you have to have You have to have a board of directors to be a PLC.
I'll be a director of my own company. That's how they all fucking do it.
That's when the missus becomes the secretary and
that's what they
owns
all fucking do.
one share. Oh yeah.
Oh, very exciting on the
started.
On the Twitch. Somebody pointed out. Somebody put a little post there on the Twitch about our the lovely little bit of lolly that's coming soon. Where I can see that. Yeah, didn't you see?
I posted it. I was like, oh, actually, that was. I was like thinking. I was like, oh, it's only 4 days till we get our update, and I mean, we might have just pushed into our payout bracket.
Yeah, we're not far off actually.
Thank you for everyone who's prime subbed or actual subbed.
I think it's mainly us. We're just getting our own. We're just getting half of our own money.
It's not only us. There's definitely been some other people who have chipped in with their prime sub and stuff. So
there have. I know. I'm just kidding, and they are appreciated. Keep up the good work.
So hopefully we don't have to pay for the podcast hosting next year. Maybe.
Yeah, if we can get that payout before May, that will. It's almost the exact same amount, which is bizarre. That should cover it, and then we've done. Yeah, we're covered. There you go. Another look behind the curtain. Another look behind the curtain of all the secret stuff.
Yeah, maybe we should become a PLC.
We could all be directors.
Everyone can be a director.
Yeah.
You could be a director. You can be a like.
We could sell directorships. 50 quid to become a director of the Seal podcast. Read the
50
fine
quid.
print, though.
Yeah.
I highly suggest you read the fine print. Good. Okay. Well, if that's that, boys, then let's call that a show. It's short and sweet tonight.
Not that short.
Oh, I know.
No, it always, maybe it's just gone quick. I enjoyed it. It was always nice chatting away to you guys. Sorry, Pilch can't be with us. Hopefully we'll catch up with him then next week. We shall see. And yeah, thanks to everyone who's in the chat. I've actually had the chat up, so for once I can see what's going on. Snoogans, Jay and Snoogans, I'll give a shout out to them because they are PUBG bros in it. Except Jay's been slacking. We've lost him to Elden Ring. I've only seen him a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, but there you go.
He's already
I
made a
know.
lot of progress by the sound of it in the relatively short time he's been playing.
Oh, he's young and a go-getter, man. He's putting you to
It's clearly
shame.
taken over.
And I think actually I was speaking to Jane. He's got really, really finite amounts of time when he can play it. So I imagine he's super focused as well, right? You know, when you've got
maybe he actually wants to get back to something else.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, hopefully back to Valorant or PUBG. Although I did play Valorant this week with Jay, which was fun. Snoogans, Baron von Glauer, top of the footy. Who else is in there? Lord, good to see Lord again. It's Christian was here earlier, so and Mad Shmoo, that's me. Okay, so yeah. Dave, you want to do your thing?
Thank you for hang on, messed that
Oh,
one up.
jeez.
Oh.
I'm not editing it.
Well, there's a shot.
You know,
it's the first time I'm not drinking. So
Really?
yeah, I haven't had a drink all night.
why's that?
I didn't go to the shop.
Didn't go.
I thought about it and then I had a snooze.
Wasn't there anything else to drink in the house?
No, like white vinegar.
Or you're not the desperate alcoholic I was?
It's brain dead.
I am.
It's not on the meths.
It's just we drink it all. There is no spare alcohol in the house that doesn't exist. So
right.
whatever
If I run
gets
out of
brought
beer,
in.
I've definitely got a lot of spirits to get through before I run out of booze completely.
Oh no, I'll just be drinking them neat.
Be on the Baileys next week.
Yeah. Right. Thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions or get involved, please contact us either on Twitter at Seal Podcast, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on our Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter. We have YouTube and Twitch channels, which Neil mainly does his YouTube stuff at the moment. I'll try and start streaming to Twitch more often. And then, Fraser, you've already done the shout-outs.
I have. Okay. Right. Yep. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Dave. I enjoyed it as usual, and we will catch up with all of you soon.
See you next time.
Bye.